Hit the button.
Oh.
I mean, he hit button. He hit the button. Uh, prior to this intro, please note that none of the people in tonight's episode are relationship experts. We are not certified to give you any type of advice, so please don't listen to shit we got to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now listening to the Live Controllers Podcast. First beat, Cocky McFly, Fifth Child.
Beat drop. Hey.
This intro sounds very Minnie Riperton in the beginning. Like,
You know what?
It gave me
I
very
ain't
much Minnie
even
Riperton.
think about
Yeah.
that. Can you put Minnie voice in there? Well, we can't afford that now. You cannot.
You want Maya Rudolph to come for you.
That part. Yeah. What up, everybody, man? Welcome to the Vibe Controllers Podcast. We live from the BAC, man. We appreciate y'all tapping in with us. First of all, happy birthday to Merc and Cocky. Because that's when y'all gonna be listening to this episode. It's gonna be on our birthday. Happy birthday to us. And while I'm in the business of wishing happy birthdays, happy birthday to you, brother. And that young man over there across the table, that is my brother, Merc B. Williams. Merc say hey to the people. The greatest of all time has entered the building. The show can begin. It's my motherfucking birthday. Well, you kinda already been in the building. Don't fuck up what I'm doing. Watch it, man. We got I've been drinking.
Hey, we got the
Real
You notice he
niggas
called
in the
himself the GOAT. So are you the second GOAT?
No. So I never fought directly.
Carolyne like he been fighting all his life.
Bruh, I don't even. That's funny. Like, he been fighting all his life. All my life I had to fight.
Independence.
I don't care. You hear some
This
beautiful.
escalated very
Yeah,
quickly.
welcome to the show. Look. Oh my God, we got some.
I'm a youth.
What is
This,
Oh.
this is mine from
What movie
Girlfriend.
is this?
I don't know, but it happened so fast.
Oh, man. Is that Shamar Moore of Soul Train
What you
fame
got was
Very
wrong.
new father. He's
I
a new father.
Oh.
Did you know that?
at 59?
Mhm. First child.
I'm supposed to be doing the intro.
I'm sorry.
All right, y'all.
The movie
had-
caught me off guard.
It's okay. Look, we have some very. You hear these beautiful voices that are not out. You hear these beautiful voices that are not ours. We have some magnificent and wonderful and lovely guests in the building this evening. Y'all give it up first off. Carolyne Cole, say what's up to the people.
What's up, good people? Everybody love to call me Carolyne. But it's
Carolyne.
Caroline. It's okay though.
Carolyne. You know that why be fucking niggas up. You knew that why be
It's like that E silent.
Like,
E is not silent. It's okay. It's all good. What's up, y'all?
We done fucked up a name.
No. I was trying to tell you like, no.
You know black people.
All good.
It ain't Cherie, it's Sherry. This girl named Sherry. Alright, man. Also, another beautiful voice you hear. Y'all give it up, Miss Candace Coleman.
Hello. Thank y'all for having me.
Oh yeah, look, we got an AK and a Delta. Look, I'm gonna start. You know what I'm gonna call them?
It's a whole war.
CNC Music Factory.
Hey.
So glad this
CC
cut out.
Factory.
That's good. Please hurry up.
CCs.
Good to see you. We ain't even tell people what we gonna talk about.
Well, you can say like C to the fourth power. Get it?
Nah.
Look at me.
It's 4 C's. Oh, okay. Oh, I get it. Oh.
Get it?
Yes, I do
Alright.
now.
Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
Man,
Scratch it.
Never been good at
Never
that.
mind. Let's go
All
back
right.
to the
We slow. It ain't you. It's us.
Just going over y'all head.
That really went over mine.
It's
This what I
you know,
This what I got to deal with.
It's okay.
See,
The wrong crowd. I'm sorry.
He still recording, by the way. The music then went off, and I forgot to tell y'all that what we talking about is relationships, and the conversation is based off the Best Man Final Chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Hit the button and cut this off before they start again, Steven. Oh, out here. episode is brought to you by tequila and lemonade. So
fruit snacks apparently.
Yeah, I told you can't just eat one. So yeah, man, we about to dig into relationships. Like I said, we all first of all, let's welcome again, special guests. We so glad to have y'all here to chat with us, because we just didn't want to be male dominated talking about relationships and getting chewed out, especially talking like we know what women be wanting, because we absolutely do not. So interesting. So let's see. Is everybody comfortable mentioning their relationship status?
Yeah,
Sure.
I am.
All right. So Carolyne.
There you go. Think about Outcast.
Carolyne.
Your relationship status is?
I am in a relationship.
Okay. You better claim them. Oh, I'm sorry. You better claim them. We are all inclusive. We all inclusive. We don't want to leave nobody out. We all inclusive. Claim them. We don't want to claim them.
They, them, there.
There you
I
go.
assume.
That's right. Claim them.
Be assuming things.
Candace, your relationship status is?
I'm in a relationship. My man.
Okay.
My man.
Okay.
Mommy.
That's the funniest shit. Merc, God help us out. Merc, your relationship status is?
Single and dating.
Okay.
Single and dating.
Okay. We'll get to that
Respectable
question.
to
We'll
say
get to that.
dating.
Yeah,
not just
we'll get to that question.
very mature.
And my relationship status is the same.
Okay.
So single and dating. This week I'm gonna be drunk a lot, so singing and feeling on some more.
Oh my God.
Give me up, charge it to my head, not to my heart. 'Cause let me tell you, it's my birthday. Hit me up. Anyway, come here, hug me, girl.
Singling on the ground.
Give me energy. Let me.
Singling on
Not
the ground.
Yeah, that
No,
energy. Come on, hug me, girl.
no.
You done growed up.
No.
Huggy. Not you being one of them with my huggy.
Hey,
Please don't do it with my husband. No.
look at it, just done growed up.
Sorry.
All right, man. So, with that being said, and it's interesting, you have two single people, you have two people who are in relationships. So I think it's we'll start off nice. So how and we'll let the ladies y'all kick off everything. We're gonna let y'all talk.
Oh, Jesus.
'Cause y'all way smarter than us. So look, how important? And I guess in your relation, how important is it to have boundaries in your relationships, and have that balance between your individual boundaries and then just the stuff you will and won't kind of deal with,
Why is Caroline
Wanting
wanting to
that-
be first?
wanting that
Why
you
is she
take it.
making
Baby,
me
you
be
go
the one
ahead.
to take it?
I think you should take this one first.
What do you think that?
I'll take the next one first.
I mean, boundaries are very much important.
Okay.
Like, that's how the relationship sustains itself. Is each person has to have boundaries. If neither of you have boundaries, then you're gonna end up crossing boundaries that you don't even know that you have, and then you're gonna get annoyed, and it's just gonna deteriorate the whole thing. So each person has to know what they like, what they don't like, and you gotta stick by it.
So is that something that you state? And I'm gonna ask a lot of questions because I want to know.
Well, we don't always have. We don't always have
to-
like the female brain to pick.
Yeah. So
Okay.
y'all got to give me some game.
Examples of
Yeah.
boundaries.
So
Is that what you mean?
is it a good thing to have those conversations from the start?
Yes.
Communicating what the expectations
Yes.
are,
Yeah.
and hey, do you do that on the first date?
I
Or
think
that-
it's I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I think it's important to ask the hard questions up front, because at the beginning it's not as many feelings involved. Once those feelings get involved and you have to start learning oh, you don't like this, oh, or you're about this, or it gets tougher. It gets tougher. But there's some things you're just gonna learn as you go. You're not gonna learn everything coming off first conversations. It's you gotta go through experiences and all of that. And
So how do you deal with triggers?
I think just like saying it right up front. I know, like I said, like from the beginning, when like if there was something that he said or did that like made me feel not uncomfortable, but just like brought up a feeling that was like a feeling that came from a past relationship. Like I said, like straight up, like I am fragile right now. So like tell me straight up right now, like what this is, what this isn't, just so I can know. So I think just you have to be confident enough in yourself to be like, I'm fragile, or like this is something that bothers me. But like what sucks though is like a lot of women don't even get the security to be able to say that. Like you don't so it sucks because like a lot of people they walk around with these triggers and being triggered, and then you just feel like then that trigger makes you start acting differently or talking differently, and it just makes the whole vibe between y'all weird. But that's because you probably didn't feel safe to say this triggered me. But I am so comfortable now in saying that and being like, hey, this kind of triggered me in this type of way, or like that made me feel this way. I just want to let you know, it made me feel that way, just so you know.
I think that's one of the things that stuck out what you said. I was having a conversation with a friend. This was yesterday, and it was about how you can tell how a woman responds by how safe she feels. And if she feels like super safe, liberated, like there's no judgment, like she'll just hear. Like
give you
give you everything. But when she's guarded and she don't really know what's going on, like, oh, you the enemy, I gotta put my dukes up, I gotta fight.
And I think what's like misinterpreted is like a lot of people think that when those situations happen and they don't feel safe and those like insecurities start showing through, it's an insecurity within her, but it's not necessarily like within her. It's an insecurity like in the guy and the relationship. So it's not based off of how she feels about herself. It's about how she's interpreting how he feels about her.
Let me ask you this. So obviously, you've been in some situations where you stated, or both of you guys stated that triggers. Before you got into your respective relationships, how long did it take you before you even started the process of dating or even deciding? Like, did you take like some time to kind of heal and process some things first before you decided, hey, it's time for me to be in a relationship? Because a lot of times I know we will take one thing we have to realize is that healing is always an ongoing process. It's not like you just heal and it's over with. No, you're gonna always be forever healing, but you do need to take the time to process some things so that you don't take that, you don't bleed into your next relationship, I guess, if that makes sense. Did you guys kind of take a period before you did that? And that kind of gives you a clearer perspective on how to proceed in what you're in now?
Yeah, so before my current relationship, I was in a relationship for 4 years. But I was single for 5 before I got into this relationship. Not necessarily by choice. Now again, dealt with people, situationships, dating, trying to kind of figure out like, nah, that's not it, but so yeah, I definitely took the time because it was a serious relationship that I got out of, and I was the one who got out of the relationship because I was in a space of I had work stuff going on. I was super unhappy at the time, and just being in a relationship wasn't making me happier. It wasn't just helping me, and I'm like, I just need to be. I don't need to have to worry about anybody else. I just need to be. It was tough. We remained friends for a long time, but I took the time. Yes, I took the time.
That's dope, because like I think a lot of times when we look back on certain relationships that maybe, I don't want to say failed, I'll just say that they just didn't work out in the way that, well, failure is subjective. And I wouldn't say that they failed. It's just more so they didn't work out the way in which you may have intended them to work out in the capacity in which you were able to relate at that time. And so for you, I think that's a big thing that you did, because at some point before you can kind of get into the best relationship for you, you got to choose you first. And like you're doing that, you know, it may have hurt you initially, but it helped you more in the long run.
Yeah, I learned a lot about myself, what I like, what I don't like, what I was looking for, especially with where I am now.
That's
You know,
important.
so yeah, I took that time.
That's what's up. So
What about y'all?
We
Right, y'all
Yeah,
wait a
let's
minute.
all quit. Yeah,
Y'all
let's start asking some questions.
y'all together.
So when was y'all? You know, y'all both single right now, but
Right.
you know, tell
Oh,
us
Lord.
about you know the relationships. How you know what was the longest relationship, and what happened there, or what did you learn from that?
So you know, full transparency. You know, I was engaged at one point. Yeah, I'm gonna be cool because people might be listening. But yeah, I was engaged. We were together a little over 5 years.
Wow. Okay.
You know, it was a. He said in focus. It was a.
He liked it, Candace.
I would say that in my life, it was probably the greatest thing to ever happen to me.
The relationship itself, not the
Absolutely
end of
not.
Okay.
Well,
engagement.
even the end. Too.
Okay.
Because for one, it was a different situation for me. It was a relationship where you know, she had a child. So for me, like transitioning into that type of commitment, kind of like now I have this other person that's there and built that relationship. So I'm growing up now because it's like I'm taking care of.
Yeah.
You know, it's two people in mind, not
Yeah.
just one person. And then there's she had a daughter, so that's a little girl who's watching me. So
Ultimately, what was the ending? Because that's interesting, like how you made it to proposal. So you thought you were gonna spend your whole life, and then what happened then after that?
Yeah,
And especially
just-
from like a male perspective.
yeah, I think that I think ultimately, like I was, and I'm gonna only speak for myself. I ain't gonna say
Of course.
nothing about the young lady. But I'm saying, I'm just not. But for me, I just, I think I was just, I think I was, I didn't have any, what am I trying to say? I didn't have any experience on doing what I was doing. So I was going off the fly of this is what I think this should look like, and this is what I think this should look like. And, you know, a lot of that stuff wasn't what it was supposed to look like, and it wasn't, you know, what she needed.
Yeah.
Because one thing about women, they evolve and they change. And, you know, we fall into habits of loving them a certain way at the beginning, and we still be loving them the same way 2-3 years later, but they have moved on and evolved into something else.
In a different
But
way.
we just trying to keep doing. But my brain at the time is like, this works, so I'm gonna keep doing it this way.
Yeah.
And so I just think ultimately, like, and honestly, I dedicated a lot of time to that relationship and that person, and I also forgot about myself. And I think that, you know, that's, you gotta love you.
Yes.
And you gotta make sure you good. And, you know, there's nothing you gonna sacrifice in relationships. That's just what it is. But I think that, you know, that ultimately was kind of, and then, you know, I made some bad decisions. I don't say mistakes, because a mistake is just dropping something on the ground. But, you know, you
Look
do
at
some
you.
stuff. I'm just saying, you
This
do
is
some stuff.
mature.
You know what you be doing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so stop calling it cheating. These folk make bad decisions.
That's mature.
You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So I made some bad decisions, and I think we both did. But you know, it could have been different. But again, you know, it was a learning lesson. It took a while for me to, you know, honestly get over that and kind of move and grow from that. But yeah, that's my. I didn't try to do it so long.
What about you, twin
But
number one?
That's my relationship story.
Nah, I think for me, well, the longest relationship I've been in, I would say, it was about 5 years. So I just think that, you know, a lot of times for me, this is my lesson, and so a lot of times we're in these relationships and we're in them for this significant or substantial amount of time. And when you're in something so long, you think that there's supposed to be a natural progression of, okay, I've been with this person so long, so this has got to be the person that I'm supposed to be with. Mm-hmm. So let me take this next step to try to be with them in this particular regard, or let me, you know, lock it down and then be engaged, and let me lock it down and try to marry him. But that may not even be your person. Mm-hmm. And so what I ended up learning, unfortunately, you know, it sucked the way that it went down or whatever. We just stayed together longer than we should have been together. Mm. We had grown apart, but we cared so much about each other that we stayed in the situation longer than we should have been. Which now she's in an amazing marriage now. She's married, and I'm super stoked for her and super happy for her because she deserves all of that. I know that at that particular time, the person that I was at that particular point, I could not have given her what exactly it was that she needed. And that's okay, because if I would have hated if we'd have made the decision to be together, not being our maximum selves and fucking each other life up. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And so that and the fact that we were mature enough to be able to, you know, obviously when it did happen, it sucked, but later on we actually had a conversation about it and, you know, expressed a lot of things or whatever. And you know, forgiveness is a powerful thing, you know, for on both parts, you know. And I'm always on what I do, and you know, she owns some things as well too, and we were able to move on and move forward as well too. And so it kind of taught me some things about, it let me know I wasn't as emotionally mature as I should have been or as I needed to be. And you know, I actually, when, you know, I would advise all people, because we talked about this earlier, go to therapy. Therapy will definitely teach you about you. It'll teach you about you as long as you put the work in too, because, you know, you can't go in there and thinking like therapy's gonna do the work for you. You got to do the work too. And so it kind of opened my eyes to a lot of things as far as like emotional maturation and things that, you know, what women kind of we need to make ourselves available for them in a way that they need us to be. It ain't all about, you know, you can go and fix a light or some shit like that. Like, hey man, I feel this certain kind of way. I need you to be emotionally available for me or something, like, you know, whatever that looks like. You know what I mean? Yeah, whatever that looks like.
Yeah. Because like providing and stuff, and like husbandhood is not what it used to be. Like,
no, nothing is.
Just because
really.
you can go and, like, you know, chop down some wood and like bring home a paycheck, that's not enough for the women of today. No. We need much more than that, because we can do all that on our own.
And a lot of times, you know, really good. Now the way that, you know, I would say the modern woman or evolved woman is now, a lot of them don't even need that. They're not looking for that, you know. And I don't, you know, a good woman is, I mean, obviously you got to bring something to the table, but she's not coming at you on no, you know what I'm saying, I'm doing this, I make more money, you kind of trying to emasculate you or anything like that. It's like, I need you to, as a man, you need to be able to provide a space for your woman to be a woman. Because a lot of times when she go out into the world, she not able to do that, especially now, the modern woman, she a whole boss out here. Yeah. She got to run folks and do this, and this. And so she needs a space and a place to feel safe and soft. Safe and soft. Yep. So, yeah. Just to be herself.
So real quick, so I'm sure you all have probably, you know, read articles or have done surveys about love languages.
Oh yeah.
So I would,
them little games be on Facebook.
Yeah, so games on Facebook.
You
having babies every year.
My thought on Facebook.
Yeah, don't do that. So what do you feel like your love language is? What's your love language? And when we're talking about in the premise of a relationship, how important is it not only for your partner to understand, you know, your love language, but for you to understand theirs as well.
It's so important. So my top 2 love languages are physical touch and words of affirmation.
I knew it. You're Sagittarius. I knew it.
Right. Sagittarius.
Really, very.
Yeah, I'm very touchy feely, very give me a hug, very just put your finger on my knee, just like touch my knee. I'm like, okay, thank you, I appreciate that.
You gonna walk past me and not touch me? What's wrong? What is wrong? What is the problem?
Yeah, and I'm very I need validation. Like, tell me I need to know how you feeling. And so I'm very much so those 2. And I think also something I learned recently is that a lot of people, they like to receive love in different love languages, and they tend to like to give love in love languages. So just because I enjoy words of affirmation and physical touch doesn't mean I don't necessarily my giving may be giving gifts or act of kindness or acts of service. So yeah.
That's interesting, actually. Yeah.
I think for me, it depends on the day. I could easily be all 5 depending on the day. But of course, I love words of affirmation. I need to be affirmed. And acts of service, I would say those 2 are probably my top if I had to pick. But again, it really depends on the day. I might need all 5 one day. Some days I'm good. I might be content within myself, and I feel like more of an individual this day, and I don't need, So I can't really say this is my love language. Again, it depends on the day.
I think too it ties a lot back to how you were loved as a child, because everything goes back to your childhood. So for me, my mother was definitely a very emotional, she talked a lot to me. She always told me how much she's proud of me and loved me. So I think that's where mine comes from. I need to hear it because I've heard it all of my life from the number one person in my life. So you got to continue that thing on. So I'm always tell me you love me. That makes sense.
I know, God damn. I told her 3 minutes ago.
He is not a talky person at all, but I think I've pulled that out of him. He's become a different person. I think because of me.
I feel. Let me tell you, you got to pick your battle. I feel you got to go on tell her. Let me tell her, man. And then if you know what you got, you better tell her for somebody else.
Period.
Nigga be tired. What you talking about? Man, I love you, got me. Come on, lay down.
Say it again.
Got to say it.
What's yours? It's physical touch. For me, physical touch is physical touch and words of affirmation. I think the way that I'm more comfortable, just to the second part of your question, I think the way that I'm more comfortable of giving, I love to give word. I love to gas you up. I'm gonna gas you all the way up. We the gas up police. I'm finna. You step out, be like, okay, you got that shit on. We finna go out here and fuck up the world. You out here. I got the baddest one in there.
What they say, that's pressure.
That pressure. You know what I'm saying? You do what we doing. Do what we finna step out in. Bet. I hate that boy on Instagram. Doing videos. Oh, this pressure, baby. You like the outfit? Oh no, man. Listen, I'm a pump you up. So I like to, you know what I'm saying. I love to speak life. I just love to speak life into people anyway. I literally make people laugh for a living. So I just love to make people happy. And so if I'm in a relationship, I'm gonna always pour into you. If I'm one of the people, if you say this is what you want to do, I'm like, all right, bet. Let's do it. What I need to do? I mean, I don't know what to do, but what can I do to help you? You know what I'm saying? Reach whatever your goal is. I ain't one of them folks that try to discourage you, tell you, well, I don't know if you should do it like this. Nah, we finna do this. So I love to give, you know what I'm saying, words of affirmation and speak life. And I would say the other, physical touch, I think that's,
Sure. Yeah.
We'll get to that.
Yep.
We'll get to that.
We'd like to touch
We'll
on
get to that. We ain't had no risque. We'll have
Man, but we gonna wait on that, I
We'll
guess.
get
But
to
well, to wait on the risque.
The risk.
Although I'd like to touch you. Acts of service are important as well too. Like, you know what I mean? Especially, man, with women, you see the car dirty, man, go on wash that motherfucker for her. You know what I'm saying? And while you at it, just go on put some gas in that bitch. I ain't saying you got to do it every. Let me say
Right.
this: two things though. Now, if you don't start, then you can't keep up. So
Right.
don't start doing
Facts.
it, and then you
That's
know
your
you stop doing it
responsibility
3
now.
months from now. You like, you know, because there's an expectation built up that this is what you're gonna do. So don't start now. You can't keep up.
Yeah.
But you know, you can do something every once in a while. Like, hey, look, because you should. If you've been with a person or you in a relationship, you'll start to notice their tendencies and things
Yeah.
like that. Like, I know when you're tired or I know you kind of worn down. Like, you know what? I'm like, hey, listen, take off. You know what I mean? Go do this spa thing or whatever. Just relax and do all that so you can just replenish yourself. This is just me. Appreciate you for what you do. And you know, you come back and be your best self. You know, because again, I don't want you to come home with all that.
But if you doing
Right.
physical touch your love language, then you set up the spot.
Well, we're going to do that. Yeah, that too. I'm just saying, you can do that too. You know, it just depends on how you want to do it.
Conserve your dollars.
But again, you know,
That's real.
Be smart.
oh, you can use them again, you know.
Get creative with
Hey
it.
man, you can spend $100 on massage envy, or you can spend $35.
Wait, I forgot about quality time.
Come on, you
Quality
right? I didn't knock this
time.
thing
Quality
over.
time is another good one.
Quality
You
time.
can
is
hit them
good.
all. That's
Listen.
an acts of service. That's a quality time.
Hey, man,
you
let
can
me
say
tell
some
y'all.
stuff in her ear, so that's some physical touch and the words of
Man,
affirmation right
listen.
there. What's the last one?
Put them on
Guilt?
game.
And at the end of the day,
'Cause,
you're
like,
going to end up
it
jazz
is a-
daddy. That's what I'm talking about, baby.
That's it. Because, like, it was a whole
A
debate.
massage hits all of them. You can really
You
hit all
jazz
of them with a
daddy at the
massage.
end of the day.
And it be like, it's little stuff that you could do. Like, man, it was a whole debate on, you know, the most hated social media network for you.
Facebook.
It was a
I
whole
don't need
debate.
be
'cause,
over there.
Like,
You going right.
Be over there like
people
me.
was just like, there were literally folks talking about, like, debating being against a coffee date.
I saw that.
People were against coffee dates.
Yeah, like
crazy.
going to a coffee shop. I was like, them
For
the
a first
best
date.
dates.
What's wrong with
Yeah.
that? That's a great date.
Well, I
That's
think
a date.
I
I
would be
think
down for a
They were
coffee
saying
date.
that wasn't a date.
well, I think the problem is that it's just whatever your expectations are, and on first dates. And so, like, I think honestly, I'm gonna keep it funky.
You know what?
Like coffee dates are top tier because it's
People who
it's
don't.
cost effective.
That's true.
You're gonna have
And
a
you gonna
quiet
figure the-
place for
right.
conversation.
Right.
So now you're trying to fill out who is this person. What do I even need to be spending $100 on you?
Exactly.
Oh,
That's
another
perfect for a
That's
first date
real.
because too, it forces you to talk.
Have conversation.
Baby,
You
we
really not
going the
doing
first
nothing but
3
talking.
dates. Ain't no
Without
So
alcohol.
without alcohol,
And well, yeah, like that's
We sober.
Yeah.
it's a sober
That's real.
conversation. You
Look
can
at
figure
you.
out that
That's
person's
what grown
head.
folk do. That's
Look,
Right.
That's
look,
grown
time
folk
out.
I'm
stuff.
convinced
Let me-
that
let me-
half of social media is just teenagers who be
timing
out
for
there
mine.
trolling.
That's the thing
Facts.
too. But see, let me get here
Buddy
go.
trying to get
just
the
trying-
drop.
But here go
Time
mine
for mine.
because I got I got a little process. We gonna go coffee date 1.
Mm-hmm.
Now if the conversation is where it need to be, feel me where I'm going. Then feel me where I'm going.
You married. Why you looking like this?
Cause then date number 2, Taco Tuesday, nigga. You get
I
food,
can fuck with that.
but the taco $2. So you
you
ain't
going to
even
green
really-
Exactly,
Ghost.
with a margarita.
Some of that green
Get your
Ghost.
good- and then that's when you introduce the alcohol. You have a little
Alcohol,
margarita.
You
Up
feel
a
me?
little bit.
Okay.
You do a
Fine.
2 for 1
Loosen up. It
margarita.
Tuesday. You ain't finna
You
keep
eating
out
good.
too late.
Right, it's
Yeah,
not
but you know-
late.
And it's early in the
yeah,
week.
I see it.
So my wife and I's first date.
Uh-huh.
We
Why
went
you
out
have to say it like
Yeah,
that?
when-
Because we went
But-
out drinking because there's a lot you can tell about a person by the drinks they were.
I mean,
I was about to get to that. Feel me
yeah.
where I'm going?
I mean, I'm not knocking that. I'm
But-
not
No,
knocking
I'm
that
not
as a
knocking
first
it,
date
yeah.
at all.
Because typically,
Yeah.
like, I mean, I have been, I've invited, like, hey, you want to come out for happy hour? And then, have some drinks, little conversation. Apothecary, duck off. So, you know what I'm saying? saying, bro. There's happy hour. There's happy hour.
You
in
don't
the
know what
city.
you're gonna see in that bitch though.
You might not.
Everybody ducked off in there,
Man,
huh?
what you
Everybody
talking about?
ducked off.
We not here to even talk about that.
Oh,
That's not my business.
Central.
I'm just trying to
That
tell you.
be Friday.
But no, but I'm just, it's an intimate place, and I think that that's the debate that I think a lot of people, and I think younger people, because they ain't never been nowhere. I think that they are so enamored with just social media, what the food
date. Just
feed me, give me all this, cause skew. This is no disrespect whatsoever, but baby, if I'm taking you on the first date and I'm spending 75 plus,
What? Right. We both like, what?
we gotta have some conversation. You got to be top tier. Like what? 75 plus, baby. We got to talk
on the first date. We talking about the first date.
on the first date.
You're not even hitting the surface of like the $200 dates. So
I mean, $200 day. We together. We together for the
not
two.
bad.
75. Depending on the young
that's
lady.
brunch and a bottomless mimosa.
I ain't do.
That's brunch and
Well,
bottomless
first of all,
mimosa.
because
Right.
inflation has
Yeah.
kicked in.
I'm
Like,
definitely
that's-
not.
that's-
I'm not finna take you to brunch because
basic.
it's too much.
It's too many
other-
people.
it's
Too
too much
many
other
people
stuff going
around.
around.
Too many people.
I mean, a ducked
Yeah.
off lunch.
That's a
brunch.
nice. But I'm just saying, like 75. You gotta be top tier. Some of these folk, and the real talk, man. Some of these folk ain't worth 75. I mean, you aiming
So
too
how
high.
long though?
How do you know?
Because I be for this type shit.
I'm
Nope.
just saying.
How
Let 'em go
long
ahead.
how long do you converse before the first date then? Because that's what I'm wondering.
So
I don't know, people, because it seems like people go on a lot of first dates now, but
Yeah.
I didn't think folks
Yeah, that's
did
what
that
I'm
many
doing.
first dates
Hold on,
because
so
it
you
takes a
said-
lot of
Good.
talking before there's even a date.
So you said the coffee is the first date.
yeah, because
Then Taco
Okay.
Tuesday is
Then
number
Taco
two.
if it's
Okay.
a second,
So at what point does the 75 plus come in?
we third date.
That's right.
That's the
Okay,
third
okay,
date.
okay.
Okay.
Cause like coffee
Right.
is just the conversation.
Okay.
Like, let me
And
see
I-
where you at.
I ain't saying you got to spend a lot of money on a first date. I like to see the
absolutely
creativity.
Yeah,
I want to
exactly.
see how creative
You want to
can
go
be.
more than just go to eat.
Again,
No,
don't
that's
start
boring
nothing
if every time
that
you
you
going
can't
to
keep up.
That's what I'm
fair,
saying. Because
yes.
if you take her out,
Take out for
that
$200
$100
that first time,
Yeah,
and you
and
fuck
see,
around,
I
y'all go to
get it.
Wendy for the 4 for 4 after that. That shit ain't gonna look right.
I get it. So in that coffee date conversation, you can kind of feel out like what kind of restaurant she might like to go to.
Hey
You
man,
kinda get a
let me
little-
tell you something. Coffee,
I can see it.
That's
I can see
right.
that.
coffee, froyo. That's
Yeah,
another one, too.
froyo, yeah.
Like something like that, something very, very simple, something very intimate. Now I can tell we can go ahead and say
Or-
the worst first date
What?
is the movies.
Because you
The
can't
worst.
talk.
People
Nah,
do it
But
all the
if
time.
you do the movies,
That's
though,
like
you have
middle
to do the
school,
movies
high
and then
school,
go somewhere to dinner
Let me
afterwards to
tell you,
have a conversation.
Grown folk do that. I'm
Yeah.
out here in these streets. I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
But
but
also-
movies,
Yeah,
yes.
we too
Grown
grown-
folk do it.
Also,
Yeah.
another good first date is lunch. It's an hour.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's a limited time, so you gonna be intentional
Yeah.
about what you trying to say within
Yeah.
that time.
I
limit.
like it, but the only reason I don't like lunch is because I don't want to be rushed.
Yeah, I
don't
see
wanna
that.
be
I see-
rushed,
I
like-
think movies, but then dinner afterwards, or like a daytime movie, and then out
A
to
nice
eat
matinee.
afterwards. Because then, if the conversation becomes dull, you at least can talk about the movie.
Yeah,
You know, that's something that you can talk about at the
that's
least.
hilarious.
I don't know. I just feel like
You know
they
that's
at
what
the
y'all be
very-
doing.
Let me tell you
That
something.
ain't-
Y'all gonna pick the phone up, get the
I don't
text,
know
and
if you guys are listening
Or
out
that
there.
can be the jump off point. You know,
Yeah, the
jump
movie,
off
the
from
movie
the
was
movie.
good. Call me, girl. Call me.
Call
Five
me
days.
by 5. Yeah.
Candace
Yeah.
Coleman.
So you got and so you got an
with the
emergency.
shit. Like, she hell, boy. On the cool.
I mean, at the very, at
Yes.
least you can talk about the
Let
movie.
me tell you, it is.
Oh, yeah.
It's impressive. That's some player shit.
Call me in 5 minutes, girl.
Man,
Call me in 5 minutes.
Call me in 5
Cause
minutes.
he terrible. Call
this
me in
nigga
5
talking
minutes.
about his rap career, and
No.
he 43. Get me out of this bitch.
What if he picked you up? What do y'all roll together?
Uber.
Then what?
That's
Oh.
Dude,
another
okay,
good
so that's
one.
another thing. When do you start
That's
riding
another-
together? When do you pick her up?
No, we go
That's-
together.
that's
Nah, we
out.
ride together. We go together.
Y'all have
Separate-
established that y'all really like each other.
Okay,
And we can be
okay.
around
We
each
slick
other.
up.
for-
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
We meeting.
I feel that.
We gonna meet at the place.
Let the
Because I
coffee
think
shop.
as a man,
Really,
it's
yeah.
important to not, you just don't want to make a woman feel uncomfortable. It's always enough people in the world that's gonna make women, especially black
That's
women, feel
facts.
uncomfortable anyway. So the number one
Yeah.
objective on any date, whether it's the first one or the fifth one, you really don't want the woman to feel uncomfortable. See, a lot of dudes be having ulterior motive, but they don't know how to get to where they want to go.
It's so
That's-
obvious.
Yeah, like, and what you
Yeah.
don't understand, what men don't understand, you don't have no control over none of that. A woman know within the first 15, 20 minutes she meets
If
you whether
she
or not she
want
gonna
to.
sleep with you. So it ain't nothing that
That's-
all you can do is either guarantee it's gonna happen or fuck it up. That's those the only two things you can do. That's it. And most dudes fuck it up.
Look it up.
Do guys know that? Like, especially in their early age. Do y'all be
No.
knowing that?
Oh well, I've always known.
Yes.
Okay.
I think it depends on how they
But,
brought up.
That's
Yeah.
and that's what I was just
You
about
just
to
kind
say.
of
It depends
some
on
just have it.
yeah, it
They just
depends on how
know.
you brought up. Because a lot of cat like us, we had a lot of older cousins, a lot of older OGs and things like that. So
Yeah.
we kind of were able to see the
see how
process. You know what I'm saying, and how that went. A lot of young cats don't know that. They just out here, just you know, especially like them young dudes. I be seeing. It be so funny. I see the young cats at the gym. They got 48 pack and all these muscles and stuff. I be like, boy, man. And you see his old lady walk in, and she looking at the dude with the gray beard and the pot belly. And I just be like, bruh, you ain't got what that nigga got. You know, he got credit and experience, and he knows how to hold the conversation. So he gonna have her intrigued. You know what I'm saying? The gift of gab gonna get you every single time.
Every time.
All this
That's
other
fact.
stuff, them aesthetics, they'll change. That can change. You know what I'm saying?
Woo.
But when you know how to talk to a woman and talk into her, shh, man, listen, you can have whatever you want.
That's
You know whatever you want. And that's from the book of Murph. I'm out here preaching good. I'm trying to tell you what God loves.
Let the past collection wait around.
I'm trying to tell you what God love out here in these streets. Well, again, these folks don't know how.
Yeah.
Like what Brother McFly saying about his dating process. It's man, all of this boils down to having conversation.
Well, it's not. It's bigger than the conversation. It's about having a plan. Women love a man who's intentional. He got a plan. I already got a plan. I've already strategically figured out how I'm finna work this thing out.
Wow.
I'm just taking you on the process. See, these young niggas stupid. They ain't got no plan. They just
what
be.
you want to do.
What WYD?
What
WYD.
you
Oh, they gonna
wanna do.
WYD
Oh
you to
my
death.
God! Don't
What you
WYD.
like to eat?
They gonna
What you like to
WYD
eat?
your ass to death.
Bro, you
I want to
could.
take you to this nice restaurant that I tried at.
It is
Let's
like
go.
let pull up.
What time do I need to be? Yeah.
These young niggas, they stupid. They don't even, they just dumb. They ain't got no common sense, man. And they talk too much.
About nothing.
How you gonna understand what the woman want to need if you ain't listening? I pull up to the date, all ears. How was your day? What you doing? I'm trying to dive in what you got to say. You do all the talking. I want the info. These niggas pull up, yeah, so you know I'm working on my album and I work at FedEx weekend. I'm performing on it. That girl tired. At this point, she done seen 3 niggas who working on albums.
You know what?
She don't work no more. Like,
This is
she
great.
tired.
I'm glad y'all here. I got a question for y'all. Do we got to stop this or we roll?
We need to.
All right. Are we rolling? All right, fine.
Wait.
Let me ask
This
y'all.
might be an hour and 85
Since
minutes.
y'all in relationship now, but you can answer this as if you were not in one.
Okay.
Does the dating pool indeed have pee in it?
Hey, I heard that from somebody
Well, not no more.
recently
They done found-
about it got pee in it.
They done found some white pea in the yellow pea. Clearly, them niggas were drinking water.
I will say that I am grateful to have found the person whom I call my man.
Your man.
Because your man left you for dead, hoe.
Y'all so funny. Y'all stupid. Can we bring them back? They're hilarious.
Hey, man, I'm telling you.
The refrigerator is flooded if you're thirsty. Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry. We over here having a
They having a whole moment.
we having a
The episode is brought to you by
Carisha and Santana moment.
The episode is brought to you by tequila.
I don't know. I'm if
And I'm asking. Here's the
So
premise for the
tired.
question. I know it's funny to say, do the day Paul got pee in it, but I want to hear. Man, there's a lot of women out there that really don't feel like it's good men out there.
yeah.
For real.
You can go ahead,
There
Caroline.
are good men.
And I ain't,
there are.
I'm
think
not
there
pointing the
are.
finger at nobody or nothing like
There
that.
are
I'm just
good
saying
men, yeah.
there are people
I've
out there who
dated,
really
you
feel like it
know.
ain't no good men out there.
I've dated some good men, but I just knew they weren't for me.
Come on, now you know what? That's so
That's the
good.
thing.
That's so good.
Thank
And
you.
then I think a lot of women are ashamed to say that because they know it's hard to come by.
And no. I think
But
also it's because
that's for
those
real.
men who are good. I think it's because we know that they are not for them. You know, the single women out there. I think a lot of men think that it is something personal against them, and it's like, oh, they don't want the good guys. They
Yep,
don't-
and
no,
that
you can
right.
be a
Y'all
great
preaching
guy.
good. Y'all
You
preaching
can be
good.
such a great guy. Like I've dated great men before in the past who I knew but was not for me.
Yep.
Like, so just
And I knew they was
because
gonna make somebody
you don't,
happy one day.
and also the bar is kind of low for being a great guy too. I ain't gonna, I don't want to be that person, but the bar is kind of low right now. It is okay if you ain't, you know, if you're not
Put your
creepy,
hand
and you know you listen to her, you don't. It's always like he don't never beat on me or he don't argue with
That's
me.
what he's supposed to do.
And he, you know, it's,
Yeah.
it's like the basic minimum, the bare minimum
The
is
bare
what you hear
minimum.
from a lot of women who are like, yeah, he's so great because he don't do this, but it's like, but what does he actively do? And it's like that's the part where you have to kind of like stop and think, because just because he doesn't do these things doesn't mean that he's a man for you, you know.
That's facts.
And that's a hard thing. I think it's hard for women and it's hard for men to accept that just because you respect her and just because you don't raise your voice at her, just because you buy her dinner every now and then and you respect her as a woman and you like uplift her does not mean that like she is for you.
Right.
Even if y'all are attracted to each other.
And it could be something
personalities
small, yeah.
do not always, you know, mesh.
Yep.
This is some top tier shit right here.
And that's
facts.
hard, but
This is
everybody
top
gotta just admit that.
Yep. And I think women deal with it more. It's just like, well, I'm a good woman. And he ain't well, you
Why
know.
do we as men and women think that because we are that we good, whatever that is, that everybody's supposed to want us? Like somebody's supposed to want me. 'Cause
I
I'm a
think
good
that
man,
comes with
I'm a good
maturity.
woman.
That's
Like,
real. That's real. But I think that comes with maturity and just really knowing yourself more and what you truly deserve.
'cause
I mean,
like,
it's simple as it's simple as that in
'cause
my
like,
mind.
have you all been in great relationships with great people and that shit just didn't work out?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prime example.
Yep.
It just wasn't written in the stars. So I mean,
And that's
but
fine.
those are the hardest ones to
The
work away from
hard-
because it's
Yep.
like, oh,
because you know it's hard to come
yeah,
And
it's like,
you
oh
put,
man,
and you put in all that
by. All that time.
Yeah.
time and effort, you can't get that back.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, I got
but you gotta accept
Start
it.
over
to.
again.
really
Yeah.
got to. But the
Yeah.
best be on the other side, though. It do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You just
you
got to
got to
get
do that.
through it.
Cause you learn more. I think that's why when I was talking about the comment where the lady was like her first relationship was like junior year of college. It's like all of those, every single relationship prepares you for the one that you are in.
Right.
So like every
Right.
single one, you know what you like or what you don't like. You come out of it learning some more of yourself.
Yep.
And I think that that's great. Like, you know, having somebody who has like a tattered past, who has like multiple people in their past, I think that means that you have come across somebody who like really knows who they are.
Yeah.
You know, I'm kind of just tooting my own horn.
Yeah. Oh, that's
I
fine.
know what I want, and I don't
Yeah.
want it based off of the people who
Yeah.
I had in the
That's good.
past.
So I can ask this spicy question before,
Oh God.
because we might not. So, you know, we grown.
Uh-oh.
Look at y'all. Y'all go with somebody.
Go with.
Go with.
Go with.
Y'all,
So high school.
I know, right?
Did y'all parents ever used to ask y'all where y'all going?
Yeah.
Like, if you
after
say,
you
I
say
go
we
with
go
them.
together.
We
Where
go
y'all
together.
going?
Where y'all going?
That's our generation. We go.
Right.
Y'all going to the
Go
playground,
with.
huh?
I
Y'all
go
going to the
with.
cafeteria?
So, you know, even we'll say in a relationship or even prior to a relationship, you know, sex is a thing. We human people and we have human and physical needs and desires. So how important is sex in your relationship? Or how long should you wait?
before you had sex.
Oh
Let me do you want to break the ice?
I mean, you know, what's your view? What's your view on doing it?
Why you think sex is important?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
There you go.
Period.
No doubt.
Yeah, it's important.
It's all you have to
even
say.
with,
And
No way.
you wait
In my
as long
current
as you
relationship,
feel.
no, go ahead. In my current relationship, I mean, we talk about it like, you know, quite often. I'm not gonna say often, but enough to be like, hey, you know, you gotta have that check in, like, are you good, or you know, might be, you know, new experiences for this person or for you. And it's just kind of like, you know, what is you know? So, yeah, it's very important. What I've learned about sex as I've matured is that emotions are a big part of sex. It ain't even about the physical for
Especially the
real.
older you get.
Yeah, it's not really about
more
the
mature, I won't say
It's not really
older,
even
say
about
more
the actual physical. It's like connection. If you're not connected with somebody for real, it's gonna be trash. Especially the older you get. I don't care what you did when you was younger, how much you did this. No, the older I get, I want connection. I want that you know, that mind, you know, because if you got that, everything else is gonna fall in line. It ain't just about what can you actually do physically to me. No.
It's literally 99.9% mental.
Facts. And I know it's mental for y'all. Jesus Christ. I be
That
Ooh,
1%
Jesus.
is all the other part. But yeah, you gotta
Yep.
have that connection.
Yep.
Candace,
I mean, I agree. Yeah, most definitely. It's very, very, very important. Just like everything else is important. It's most definitely important. And I also think, to your other question, where it's like, you know, how long do you wait? You wait as long as you feel comfortable to.
I
You know?
feel that.
If you know, I don't think that there's a specific time limit.
I agree.
I think like,
I
growing
agree.
up, I used to watch movies and TV shows, and they used to talk about the 90-day wait, and then like you had like the how to think like a woman, or no, think like a man, act like a
Yeah.
woman, think like a man.
90-day rule
And it was like in
or
the 90-day rule, and I remember watching like rewatching Girlfriends, and they were talking about the 90-day rule, and I was like. Like, it's literally just person by person, couple by couple.
Right.
And if you feel safe with that person, then hey, and if it's a step that you want to take, then hey, do it.
That's what's
I don't
up.
think there should be a timetable on, just like there's not a timetable on, you know, marriage. It's about how you feel, how y'all feel about each other, how you feel about their person. If you're ready to move forward, then you know, move forward.
So let me ask, dudes, how dudes be messing it up? Tell dudes how they be messing
How they
it
mess it up.
up. Cause dudes be
They
thinking
breathe.
too focused on that.
Come on, there you go. Well, tell the dude what to say.
You're just
what
too
y'all
focused
need.
on that. We
Sure.
already know that you want to do that. You don't have to make, you know, it's like we're grown. But don't let that be your main focus. You just know when somebody like that's it. Like you just know when it's just like that's right there at the top. It's right there at the front of their mind, right here. And they're just waiting. And it's just like, you know, as you get older, as soon as they get there, what is it going to be after that? Probably not what it's been. Probably not going to get the same energy. They ain't going to call as much. You know what I'm saying? Just stop. We know it's there. We know it's at the front of your mind. But just, you know, use the rest of your brain and it'll come. It'll get there. You writing it down? Wait a minute.
Nah,
Yeah.
man, it's like, you know, we be trying to put. I don't know, man. I think it helps to hear it come from a woman as opposed to your partners telling you the same thing. And you know, it's misconceived is, man, you don't know what you're talking about. Boom, 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 woo. And it's just like, nah, y'all tell them.
So what
They won't listen to
what
us.
could save you is just being upfront. We talked about that. That's one of the first things we talked about. If you notice what you want, just say it. Either we're gonna be like, nah, or we're gonna be like,
That be my line in the former life. I'd be
This
like, hey,
it.
look, I'm enjoying this evening. I find you to be very attractive. I am very attracted to you at this moment. I would love to engage in physical contact with you.
don't.
But I totally understand if there's something that
I don't think there's
you are-
anything wrong with that. I think that that's yeah.
But I just
I think
want
the
you
thing
to know.
is, I think the issue is, I think some men are probably just are afraid of being rejected. I think they're afraid of like being
Yeah.
forward in that way, and then her being like, nah, like, or not today, or setting a boundary.
That part.
And being like, not today, or
Yeah, and that's cool.
I think that's
Right.
what stops people from being, that forward. But that's really how you go about it, is being that forward and
Straight
just
up.
say straight up.
As
go
a
ahead and
man,
say
you
I'm
gotta
not
understand.
And if she's
that-
really attracted to you, then
Yeah, it's gonna be-
that's that.
Right.
Would be
But
like,
then,
oh.
But no
Yeah.
might not mean no. It just might be not right now.
Right,
And that's
exactly.
okay.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
facts.
Because you don't want it to happen till it's meant for it to happen
Right.
anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Undefeated with that method.
Oh,
Trying
you
to
cut
tell you, I ain't missed yet.
Man, y'all give it up for our guests, Carolyne and Candace. We appreciate y'all coming through.
You know what?
Thank you so much.
C4
for,
is an energy drink. You guys are giving us energy. I appreciate you all.
Okay then.
We gotta put something together. We gotta put a business plan together.
We do.
Sure.
We'll get that together.
So yeah, we appreciate y'all pulling them in.
Thank y'all for having us.
No, we're gonna do this.
We might have to spin the block, run it back.
Yeah, we got so much more I didn't ask. But we can talk about that at some other time again. Also, thank y'all for tapping in with the Vibe Controls podcast, man, and everything the Vibe Controls have going on. We appreciate y'all support. Of course, you can check us out on YouTube, Spotify, and SoundCloud. You can tap into this episode. Well, happy Thursday. We'll just put it like that.
Right.
Happy Thursday. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on. Shout out to Jason Thompson, my brother, my good friend. We got linked up with the Mississippi Blues Marathon, so we will be recording live. We'll be recording the podcast live in conjunction with the Jackson Flea Market. So shout out to the Flamingo Jackson, still in existence. Shout out to the twins, the Thompson twins, our brothers, man. So we're going to have a lot of fun there. That's February 25th, so y'all make sure y'all come out, support that event. February 26th, Vibe Controls, we are at Tougaloo College for whatever conference they in. the mid, what is it?
Gulf Coast Athletic Conference.
Athletic Conference.
Gulf Coast Athletic Conference.
It's tequila. So we appreciate them for tapping in with us. So we'll be there the 26th for the conference final. So we'll be in control of the entertainment and keeping the vibe going for the game. So y'all come and check that out. Happy birthday to our good friends Kyers Brown, Rod Singleton. They will be celebrating their birthday this Saturday at the Artistry. It is black tie for young men, sexy for the ladies. I don't even know what that means.
That was the fly said. That just what the
Yes,
fly
but if
said.
y'all ain't got nothing to do on Saturday, pull up to the Artistry, black owned and operated venue. So y'all make sure y'all pull up and happy birthday to them too, and early happy birthday to us this Thursday. Merk, what you got going on?
I'm actually gonna be at the Artistry Saturday. So Kyra's reached out and I guess whatever. I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. I guess master ceremonies. We'll call it that. So I'll be there suited and booted and ready to do my thing. Other than that, again, man, you can just follow me on our social medias at Merc B Williams, MERCB Williams. Big things popping, man.
The little thing stopping.
The little things are definitely stopping. Yeah, I'm I fuck with you, Candace. You all right with me. But yeah, we got a lot of big stuff coming, man. I'm super excited about this special that's coming up. Super excited to still be on tour. Super excited to be gigging and be relevant and all that other. Man, I'm just the best is yet to come. Donna Lawrence. Yeah. Yeah, man. So I'm just excited, man. I'm excited about the things individually. Excited about the things collectively. Happy birthday to you, brother, and shout out to you, man. You know what I'm saying? He back out here on the mic doing his thing, and so I'm excited about that. And man, we finna be on y'all ass for the rest of this year, man. It finna be tough on some people. So.
Not on your ass,
ass. Your ass. Be a real rapist. But we out here.
We out here doing good things. Young ladies, what y'all got going up? What y'all got going on? Tell the people. Well, you can't tell the people. But but
Hey, you like so? It's funny because Carrie don't never tell. I'm sorry, Cocky McFly don't never tell nobody about his social media. You can't tell nobody what you doing either. So we got two people that can't tell nobody.
I can tell you, but you would be screamed.
Well, you know what? I do have something I want to bring to people's attention.
Come on.
Go on over to the ACLU of Mississippi's social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, ACLU_MS, and read up on House Bill 1020.
Oh yeah.
And see how that's going to impact you as a Jacksonian. The expansion of the Capital Complex Improvement District, the creation of a new judicial district within that the citizens and voters of Jackson will not be able to contribute to, where the tax dollars from Jacksonians could contribute to this district that may expand beyond the city of Jackson. Therefore, your tax dollars could be a percentage of your tax dollars could be going towards improving this district, which will not just include Jackson but another county. So more police in the city of Jackson, in downtown Jackson. Just go look up on House Bill 1020.
It's a lot.
And see what you can do. Pressure folks to come out and speak out against House Bill 1020.
Come on, free the land.
Yeah.
I like all that.
Let's throw that in
In
there.
the name of Jesus. Caroline, tell these artists out here how they need to tap in with you so you can get them where they need to be.
Indie artists, if you are looking to be a part of a compilation project, you're looking for anybody. Yep. Got some Fifth Child stuff. Yes, I do. If you're looking for somebody to, help A&R your projects, that's another listening ear. You're just trying to build your team. You can tap in with me on Instagram. Name is sweet_Caroline. Or you can just find me on Facebook at Caroline Cole, CAROLYNE, last name Cole, like J. Cole.
Already.
And if you need a backup singer, I can hold a tune. I can hold a tune.
That's all I get.
Backup singer.
Okay.
That's where we at.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Hey, that's one of my low key dreams though. So hey, if somebody needs a backup singer,
You know what?
I can dance a little bit.
I have a theory that
if you
majority
need
of people from Mississippi can sing or can hold a note.
Just
at
a little
least.
taste. We can
I like to
harmonize.
believe that. But yeah.
Yeah, man. Also, as always, we are always recording live from the BAC.
That's right. The Blessing Anointed Center.
Yeah, so y'all make sure y'all follow Briarwood Art Center.
That's what I
on
was calling it.
Facebook and Instagram. A lot of dope events going on for the people, by the people. So yeah, as always, when we end the show, we like to end with a little nugget, little something to carry on through the day, through the minute, through the hour, just whenever you're listening. Last week we had two nuggets from two niggas. This week we got two niggas from two Nubian queens.
I'm really trying to wait to see how you gonna
I
spend
was
niggas.
waiting. I was waiting. I was like, I know
Goddamn
you
brilliant.
nothing to call us.
Brilliant, man.
I was gonna say niggerettes, but that wasn't good.
Fucking brick.
Yeah.
I like what you
Nubian
did.
queens.
Two
I
nuggets
appreciate
from
it.
two Nubian queens.
That's good.
We got a nugget from Candace Coleman and Caroline Cole. Whoever want to go first, drop the knowledge on the people. And don't look at the people fucking on the TV. This is terrible to be moved.
I go first. I say my nugget is, as I'm looking at Ebony from Players Club, look like she's playing like a judge or something on whatever this 2B movie is. Don't be afraid of change, and always be ready for change and always be open to change. Don't ever be stuck in your ways. Don't ever expect for your partner to be stuck in who they are. Just be ready for change and be open for change. I love change. So I think everybody should just be open to it, because it ain't gonna do nothing but make you a better person. Evolving, that's the goal, to evolve always.
Already, Caroline.
I say be upfront with your intentions. First of all, know your intentions. Really know why you're dealing with people, whether that's in a romantic relationship, professional relationship, just, friendship, whatever. Know what your intentions are and be honest about that so the relationship can potentially run smooth. Yeah, that's it.
That's what's up, man. This was amazing. We appreciate y'all. All the hand claps, or the fake hand claps.
He gonna insert hand
It's
claps.
gonna be inserted.
Okay.
But if you want to put them on here, you can.
Yeah. So,
Ew.
again, thank y'all so much for tapping in with the Vibe Patrols. Follow us on Instagram and join the Facebook group. And of course, you can listen to all the episodes on Spotify, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Work.
Man, you already know what it is, man. Y'all stay up, stay blessed, stay free. Y'all share that shit.
Already 2 fingers up means peace to the side, because I'm chilling. Y'all, if y'all don't listen to the episodes, then
Y'all know what you got to
you
do.
know what you got to do before we get up out of here.
You gotta say it.
You got to say it. And you probably finna say what? Well, Merc, demonstrate.
You got to say out here, but you got to say it like this.
Out here.
Alright, Carolyne. Come on, get your voice right. You just.
Is this a drop?
No.
Yeah, okay. Come on, Candace, take it
I'm
on
gonna do
home.
free drops.
Come on.
I'm here.
Hey.